My name is Biola. I'm Victor Wabari.
My name is Peace. Today we'll be talking about why young people sin. Yeah, you heard that right. Why young people sin. Let's for status. Let's just look at what sin is. Sin is anything that contradicts the commandments of God, the instructions of God. Sin is God is saying, don't drink water, and then you pick up the water and you drink it. Anything God says don't do, once you do it, it's a sin. Now we're looking at the why of we're trying to look at why young people sin. Now we can testify, we can attest to it that most times when we talk about sin, or let me use the word evil or crime, it's most of the times hanging around young persons from the teenagehood. There's no doubt that younger children, children, minors, right? They're called minors, yeah. Minors, they have the things they do. Older people, they have these things they do. But when you look at, when you're talking about people that do plenty sin, it's always hanging around young persons. And then today we want to talk about why. Why is it that why do young people sin? Why do young people do some of these things? Well, for start, I want to say fear. I think fear is one thing that causes young people to go into sin. Let's take Peter as a case study. Peter might not really be a young man, but I'm just trying to bring out something from it. Peter committed the sin of denying Jesus because of fear. He was afraid, fear of the unknown. They have just captured my master. I was with him in the Garden of Gethsemane, right? I even brought out my sword to defend him. I cut out the ear of one of the persons that came to and instead of this guy, I understand that he has all power. Instead of him to, he instead picked the ear back and now look at the case he has found himself. And then he was asked, you look like one of these persons that have been seen that's been walking around. And the next thing that came out of the guy's mouth was, no, I don't even know this guy. This was the same person that when Jesus was talking, he was like, even if it means that you see me, I'm looking at my name is Peter, I'm following you. But fear, by the time he saw what Jesus was going through, moving from one place, from Pilate to, he became scared. And then because of that, he told a lie. Let's bring it down to ourselves as young persons. I know say una teach me when I did yeah, I did that. Sorry, I did that. So and I know you guys did, and a lot of persons out there did.
But I didn't teach you math.
But you did still. Okay, so then you'll thief one meat. So when you thief the meat, they'll come catch you. Nobody taught you to do this thing first of all. Then you just started with thief. And then when you thief up, they'll come ask, who stole? Who carried me? Maybe you have something, they will call all of you. You the culprit. Because of fear, you know that they will deal with me. You might not really know how will they deal with me. Are they going to punish me or something? But because that fear is already there that I've done something bad and they are going to deal with me. The next thing you do is to deny it, you tell a lie. At the end of the day, surprisingly, sometimes they might punish your older sister and you just keep quiet because of fear. And that's one thing that makes a lot of young persons commit sin. When we look at persons like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, those guys they were rugged, they were dogged. They were captured from their land, they were moved to another land. First of all, if person kidnap you have number one fear is called the fear of the kidnapped. You have just been kidnapped. Definitely there's every tendency that you will be scared of this person that had the guts to move you from your land to another land. But here they are before the king of that land they were moved to. And then they said, look, guy, we are not careful to answer you in this matter. Where we came from, we don't do this. The kingdom we operate in, we don't come and begin to fall. We don't do that. We only know one God. And it's as serious as even if this man, this God we are holding on to, is not going to deliver us from this thing. In fact, let's die what? So fear is one thing that makes a lot of young persons do. These guys are at a point where they could just simply say, we're sorry, okay. In fact, we didn't know what came over us. And please forgive us, our God's children. But yet, it's true. So fear is one reason why a lot of persons commit sin.
I think another reason is pressure. Pressure from friends, pressure from family, from society. Wanting to just go with the world or being pressed to do something you want to do. I'll use Eve for an example. she had a friend first who was God, and then she had a companion who was Adam. But then she just woke up that morning and then walking to a companion that would not even help her, like that would pressure her into doing what she was not supposed to do, and then she was with the serpent. What was he saying? You know, so there are points where a friend used to say something, but as a child of God, she just know this is not right.
Yeah.
But how long now stayed determined to, she now began to hear what he had to say, the advice. She knew within her this was not right. God had instructed her, don't do this. But because of the company she had found herself, she fell into that sin, and then God wasn't happy with her. Let's look at Joseph in the other way. Sin was very close to him. Like this one was, sin was coming. He was trying to avoid. He was saying, no, I don't want to be, but she came. It was like that woman being herself just for him. Like, just look at me. It's like a leader saying, I am going low. Just self-esteem is so bad that you forget your status ratio and then go so low for it. But he just knew that he was a child of God and he had to stand his ground. The Bible says that if you walk with the wise, you become wise. But if you walk in the company of fools, you harm yourself.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that affected him. Her company affected her.
Another reason why people actually fall into sin is because of the desire to actually fulfill, to satisfy the flesh.
Yeah.
The truth is, in as much as we are born again and we are serving God, we are still in the flesh. And so there are those tendencies. There are times when there is this tendency to actually satisfy the flesh, which is actually normal with every man. But the point I'm coming from is this: your fall to sin is actually there when you begin to bring this desire to fall into sin. In most times, we as young people, we say we are saved, and but there are times when we feel, I wish I had a girlfriend, I wish I had a boyfriend. How does it feel like to have a boyfriend? How does it feel like to be in a relationship?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we go to the board as students to check out our results, and maybe we didn't do well, and they were like, maybe if I had cheated, maybe if I had taken that lead to our path. You know, see, at that point, the devil walks into that, because the states where you don't have any desire to actually do something fleshly, the devil does not really have anything to capitalize on. But when he sees a desire, oh, this one has a desire for this,
He begins to
thank you, that thing now begins to bring temptation. And that's what the book of James chapter 1 verse 14 and 15 tells us, that the man is actually drawn away from his own lust when he begins to, when that lust is already there, and then when the lust births sin, and then sin births death. Now I'll just say this, you see, the devil will not tempt the banker to go and steal mechanic tools. You get, and the devil will not tempt the mechanic person to go into a school and steal chops and all these things. You get, so it's that thing you actually have desires for. That is what the devil uses. So one of the ways the devil actually uses to pull men down into sin, pull young people into sin, is by breathing in them. There's not really breathing in them, but when you begin to see that this man has this desire to actually fulfill some of these things, he capitalizes on them, and then he rests his case, because that one is done with. And that was what happened to Demas.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Demas didn't just wake up one day and let's go. He had this desire to actually be rich, and he was like, come on now, you just tend to make out. Look at people. There was that desire, and then he kept on feeling that desire until he let Paul, and that was what happened. And on the contrary, we've seen people, and you don't say, we've seen people who had this pressure to who had this desire to, but he never gave it to it. Daniel, just like you mentioned earlier, Daniel was actually in the foreign land. He had the wines of the king, he had the food of the king and everything, but the determination he had not to sin was because it was on the ground of the hearts that had no desire whatsoever for what he saw. So I feel one of the ways people fall into sin, young people, is by having this desire to sin even when you're not sinning, it's there already. Yeah.
Another thing is following Christ afar off. You know, as most times as young persons or people in general, we come and like, I know God. We just do this mouth profession of knowing God, and then sometimes, surprisingly, maybe our actions or inactions is not really portraying that we know God. Sometimes following Christ afar off causes one to sin. Let's look at Peter. That guy was a close disciple of Christ. He's the one that Peter had the guts to rebuke Jesus when Jesus said, I will die, I will go to the cross. Jesus, and then Peter be like, Jesus is on and he's rebuking him and saying, don't say that, how will you say you're going to die and all of that. Peter was a close disciple of Christ. But then, look at the time, during the time when Jesus was, the last time Peter was really close to Jesus was at Gethsemane, when he was taken, after he caught the ear of somebody and Jesus fixed his back. fear gripped the guy.
True.
And then he began to follow Christ from afar. He began to move from behind. Jesus was going, they were carrying him from place to place. Peter was following from afar off. And then at the end of the day, he found himself in a place where he's not supposed to be if he was following closely.
That's true.
And then he saw himself there, and then they asked, "Do you know this guy?" Then denial came in. So that denial was a sin that was caused by his following Christ from afar.
You know one said something in one of our shows that the moment you begin to leave something, you're headed towards
Very
the
true,
right?
very true. And that was what happened to Peter. Immediately he began to step away from following Jesus closely. He saw himself where he was not supposed to be. Questions popped up, and he did the denial. He lied. But look at someone like John. John was called that disciple that leaned on Jesus' bosom. For you to lean on someone's bosom, you have to be really close to this person. That's looking at it from, I don't know which sense to call it. That's the level of intimacy to be able to lean on someone's bosom, right? John was following closely. John is the only recorded, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's the only recorded disciple that was standing in front of the cross when Jesus was there. And then he was the disciples that Jesus told, "Son, behold thy mother, mother, behold thy son." That was because this guy was following closely. And then you can see from the book of Revelation, the books he wrote, you can see that this man had a level of closeness, So following Christ afar off as a young person is one, we might profess to know Jesus, but how close? Look, someone said, for you to, as a person, to know how close you are with God is not when we gather in church and then everybody, "Oh Lord, we worship you," and then you see you join. It's when you understand the depth you have with Christ, it's in a secret place. How close are you to Him? How close you are to God in your secret place will reflect when you come outside. And so when there are tendencies to sin, you just know, okay, I have something to hold on to. But when you don't have any, when you're following Christ afar off, is one reason why some persons follow Jesus.
Something on Peter, we can still get on that point why people fall into sin. From Peter, we see that some persons fall into sin because not because of some of the things we've mentioned, but because there is this level of overconfidence they have in themselves. They have that, and that's what they need to fall. You talked about when Jesus was telling you, when he was booking Jesus not to go to the cross. When Jesus also told him in the book of Matthew, I can't recall very well, when Jesus told him in the book of Matthew that you will deny me before the crow, three times you will deny me. I mean, a person who, at that point, is Jesus talking to you, the master of the whole earth, telling you, telling Jesus, it's not possible that even if you should die, you get. And that is what most young people, we see people who have little fire, we see people get to have a little measure of God, they think that they're already, people just get to cast out demons and you can't solve anything again, you can't caution them, and that's how people fall. But the Bible tells us in the book of Proverbs that no matter how far you think you've gone in Christ, no matter the measure of anointing you think you've had, always trust in the Lord with all your heart, and don't ever lean on your understanding, because it will fail you. And that's what the book of that tells us, sorry man, that tells us the arms of flesh. I think that's in Proverbs too. You get. So I think once you begin to come to this level where you feel you can do it all, you have this overconfidence on yourself, and you're not leaning on Christ but on your own understanding, you're not close from your fall. So
you're not far from your fall.
You're not far away from your fall.
Very true. Very true. Talking about this trusting in the Lord and all, one other thing that makes people to sin is doubt. God already said in His word, have faith in me, have faith in God. So when you doubt, it's a sin. And one reason why some persons doubt is they begin to, have you heard persons ask questions like, how can God do this? Maybe persons have waited for years to get a particular thing. Maybe someone has an ailment, and then the person has been trusting God. Every crusade that they say healing, you are there. You tell yourself, I have faith, I believe this thing will, and then somehow it's not just happening. And then you begin to, the next thing is you find yourself in the house of Babalawo, because the thing is, definitely people will bring suggestions, and then because you already have doubt, just like what you said, once the desire is there, the devil capitalizes on it. He begins to arrange things. And so once you have doubt, maybe you now see that all of a sudden there is one woman that no one Baba. all of a sudden, you know this woman all the while, she didn't know this Baba, but all of a sudden, this woman just introduces you to one Baba, and then look at Thomas, a very close follower of Jesus Christ, and yet that guy doubted. I think the kind of doubt he doubted will now make you, even you are like, exactly, and then you begin to have reasons not to believe in God. Maybe a book like that, somebody will so write it. You know, based on what they call experience, what God is telling us in this world, faith is the substance of things hoped for. You hope to a point that thing becomes a substance, something you can feel. The evidence of something you have not seen. You hope to the point where you cannot see this thing. This thing is evident even if you've not seen it. That's the kind of faith. Look at a man like Abraham. He's called the father of faith. Not because he didn't have that guy. Abraham was a man who for years, how old was his wife? How old was he? No child. And God was telling him, you'll be the father of faith. How? A normal thinking person will question how. Why? As in how? How can this thing be? That's the normal question that will pop up into you. But that man still had faith. He trusted. Yes. It was faith that made Abraham, so after God has not given him to it, okay, let's even say, fine, God say God can do all things, God can do all things. God say I'll make you the father of many nations, and then he now pity me and gave me his son. I'm not imagining that, okay, it's from where is the boy that's this thing, and then God now instructed him, carry this boy and that sacrifice. Look at the ruggedity of that man's faith. He carried the boy was sacrifice. I'll be honest with you guys, the first time I read that scripture, I was like, it's like Abraham is insane. Because the only son you have, and then you just took that boy foolishly,
yes, no.
foolishly, and you were going to sacrifice, and then this boy says, hey, Dad, I can see you, I can see, and the man is like, God will provide. But in the heart of that man, he knows that this is you are the sacrifice. You understand? So there are levels of faith that we have in God that causes us to stand no matter what. But once you have doubt, once you are doubting, firstly, it's already a sin, and then secondly, it will lead you into many other sins.
Yeah. What about that sin doubt? I want to go into impatience. Most people sin, not being patient enough to wait on God. Let's look at the era of Saul and Samuel. When God told him to just wait for 7 days, and he was like, okay, I was going to wait. Some people are not so patient enough. Even at the last point, your patience is not enough to get to that point of patience. Yes, but he was patient actually. He waited to the 7th day. But there will be pressure too on the people. What are you doing? You're just sitting down there watching what's going to happen. And I was like, okay, let me just go and do this myself.
Yeah, and then he had waited to the 7th day.
Exactly, like, so sometimes like, we just need God's grace now, like, because most times it's not actually that easy to wait. So when God is saying wait and then no signs or anything, but God has just told us wait, we just believe in Him. So when people out of doubt, they're not patient and they don't believe in God, so they walk into sin and then you get, yes. And another thing again, why most youth sin is out of pleasure. The truth, the fact is there's pleasure in sin. There's pleasure in sin. Look at it, I'll get this, I'll get that, it's sweet, it's this, but it's just temporary.
Yeah, even the Bible said it's that the pleasure of sin is but for a season.
Exactly. So most people just go into it, but at that point, while going into, devil will not make you imagine that it's not for long.
That's the deception. You know, the Bible called it the deception. I mean, the deceitfulness of sin.
Exactly. At that point, your flesh just wants something, just want to do something. It's like as if you don't do, you're going to die. As if you don't do, you're going to end. The devil is just so. This gives you this why you should do this. Why if you don't do it, you're looking like a fool or something. So most people just go for that pleasure before. Look at Prodigal Son. You had everything, but you're not doing well. What did you want to do? What were you looking for? Well, because I felt some people outside who were rich and he said, let me just go outside. So he went to go out from the four corners of his house. And then he went out and then when he saw the world, actually he enjoyed it. He had the pleasures, he got his money and everything.
Because as the scripture says, it was but for a season.
See, it was actually for a season because when he came back in, it was so bad that he was eating full of pigs. See, when the devil takes you to a point, he now leave you there and I have to do your point. So at that point, now you and your life, now where we are going back to. So, and then look at Moses. He had the pleasure. He was born into a royal family, but he knew that was not the place for him. They were born into this world and they were seeing all the things around us and pleasures and everything. It doesn't mean you have to go for it. You have to make up our mind that I don't want to do this. Moses had to make up his mind that I'm not of these people. I know my people. So as Christians, we know where we stand. We know we are Christians. We know people we should move on with. We know the kind of advice we should get, and then through that we have to stand against falling from sin.
A friend of mine used to say, someone who is on the ground is not afraid of fall. Should not even be afraid of fall. It's people who are up. When you are up there, that's when you are scared of falling. I'm saying this to say, now we've looked at the sides of, when we mentioned Peter, we mentioned this person were people who were following Christ.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden they had, pressure to change the way they were doing some things. They had to undergo doubts and these are people, imagining the pleasure in these things. These are people who were actually following closely with Christ, and then all of a sudden these things just pop up and then it pulled them away. But now let's look at it from the state of, I would want to call it the natural man. This is, the Bible makes us to understand that every man born of a woman is born into sin.
Exactly.
Is born with sin. Sin is the thing that is breathing as he was born. Sin is the thing that was breathing by the time he came out. So now we've looked at it from the angle of, I'm saved, but these pressures are just there. There are persons who they are not saved in the first place. They still have this Adamic nature living in them, and then they are just living it out. They are just exhibiting this character. Adamic nature is what teaches a 2-year-old child. After the first words he or she learns to say is mommy, daddy, and then the next thing is waka. And you're like, how? Adamic nature is what teaches you. You stole meat the first day, you were caught, and then they asked you, who did it? You denied, you lied. Adamic nature is not teaching. Nobody taught you to steal it. Nobody. And then you broke plates. They say, this thing you deny. Adamic nature is not teaching you all this thing. Adamic nature will not level it up. The next day it will not tell you, see, yesterday as you carry a whole meat, they catch you. Now, this is the idea you use to be slim fitting. Slim fitting the meat in the sense that you carry one meat and cut it into and then you eat half. So if your mom counts meat like my mom, she counts and counts and it's still the same thing. But you know what you've done. So Adamic nature is one major reason why a lot of persons, especially those who are not, they just find themselves in the ocean of sin. I want to put it that way. And then they keep living this sin to a point where they keep doing this and then they begin to get, when sin beclouds the mind of a man, he just keeps living it. It's just like his life, he just keeps living it. And then you see the person matures, and then at a young age you are just 20 and you want to be as wealthy as that with it. How?
Exactly.
And then it keep pushing you further to more and more sins, and then you keep doing more of things, you keep going deeper in it, and then you get to a point where you now have a hardened conscience. You get to a point, the Bible said their conscience being seared with hot iron. So you now get to that point where it's as if you begin to do some kind of certain things that when persons look at you see a very young person picks up a gun and shoots another person, and you're like, where is the conscience of this person? How does this person get it? That's because the person has lived the life of the Adamic nature to a point where there is no more conscience and ourselves.
It's now passions you don't do evil.
And then you are now living a life of evil with the ideology of, if I die, I die. But for sin, you understand it. And then you begin to wonder, so Adamic nature is one major cause why we see some persons do something and then we are like, what happened? I mean, how this person so what I want to go into this. How do such persons come? How do they come out of this?
Paul said something that things that he doesn't want to do, he finds himself doing it. And things that he doesn't do those things. So it's like I said, Adamic nature. It's for everybody. Everybody was birthed everything, but God has made it already. He sent his son Jesus Christ to die for our sins. He said, for God so loved the world that he gave his only. Do you know how to give your only son to die for the whole world? And then Jesus was not like, no, I'm not doing this. He gave himself fully for it. So if you're out there and then you feel like I can't stay away from this, you're struggling with this, you mean it's been like the life for you. Yes, it's normal, but then there's a way out. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. He will bring you out of it. He will give you a new life. He will give you. The exchange is not something that your heart has to be here and his heart here. And then, no, he just prays you and he just makes it. There's just this exchange of hearts. He washes you with his blood. He makes you white as snow. You begin to see yourself do things that you want to do. The real life you want to live, the Christ-like life you want to live. You see yourself beginning to do those things.
Okay, that is on the real life. Well, finally, I want to say, even the scriptures make us understand that every man is one is the nature of sin. My final words to you today is, yes, it might be the nature of a man to sin, but you can come out of sin. You can live a life that pleases God at all times.
Right. Finally, I want to say that living above sin is a possibility, because the book of 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9 tells us that Jesus has given us His grace to live above sin. So finally, I just want to say that once you have the grace of Jesus and leaning on Him continually, living above sin is a possibility.
And the Bible also says, in my own final words, that in Colossians chapter 3 verse 2, that we should set our minds on things above and not on things on the earth.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching today's episode of the Real Realities Talk Show. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, exactly, and comment on the comment box. God bless you so much for watching this, and please keep watching, because I believe that all this is doing something in your life and it's making a lot of changes in your life. Share with friends, share with your family, and share with everybody around you. From us,
We believe